Hunting for treasure, it's not just something from a movie plot. Artifacts from sunken shipwrecks, they've captivated American treasure hunters for hundreds of years.
And viewers too, right?
Yeah.
We're all interested
And
in
all
it.
of us.
Yeah, some companies across the country are fully invested in finding valuable objects, with others arguing they're stealing from historical sites. ABC's Jay O'Brien traveled to Key West to track one company searching for the mother lode.
Traveling more than an hour offshore here in the Florida Keys, finally, our destination comes into view. The Dare, a treasure hunting ship owned by the company Mel Fisher's Treasures, which has spent half a century in these waters, looking for the mother lode. Beneath the waves, they say, are riches from the Nuestra Senora de Atocha, a Spanish galleon loaded down with gold, silver, and gemstones, which sank off the Florida coast in 1622.
We're pulling up to the salvage ship right now. There it is in the distance. We're about 30 miles off of Key West. There's a debris field, they tell us, that stretches for tens of miles from that wreck. And right around here is where they tell us the treasure is.
As we pull up, the crew is preparing to go out on another dive.
Find some gold.
Armed with metal detectors, sometimes sifting through the sand by hand, they're looking for the smallest glint of treasure. Whatever they find, they'll be the first person to touch it in 400 years.
Can you make money doing this?
Sure, you can make money doing it, but you have to be in it for the long haul.
Come on, that kind of seems hard to believe sometimes.
Well, you have to be in it for the long haul.
Gary Randolph is Mel Fisher's vice president and director of operations. He explains the company pays for these expeditions through investors who get a piece of the booty, and claims despite decades of the company pulling up treasure, the Atocha's manifest shows $500 million worth of riches that were on board have never been found. But to many, Gary's company and the others like it across the globe are more than just fortune seekers.
They're bottom feeders.
Bottom feeders.
Bottom feeders, because they're feeding on shipwrecks on the bottom of the sea.
Paul Johnston, the curator of maritime history at the Smithsonian, has been fighting treasure hunters his entire professional career, accusing them of destroying historic shipwrecks to get at the gold.
Let me give you a few descriptions that I've heard and read about what you do for a living.
Okay.
Pirates, bottom feeders, in it for the money. They just want to bring up the gold.
Okay. Was that your experience yesterday on the boat?
This is what we saw. A few artifacts kept in salt water, individually tagged, which the company says will eventually be taken to their lab. But several professional archaeologists we asked are still worried, warning the very act of taking an artifact out of the water without first meticulously studying the area it came from ruins the historical value.
Every shipwreck is a time capsule. When it goes down, it represents a piece of culture, a piece of society, a split moment.
Big institutions and kind of look down their nose at us in the commercial salvage business. I think they would leave it, as they say, in situ, and it would just rot and go away.
And despite 40 years of treasure hunting, Randolph says every dig, every dive is under scrutiny like never before.
Do you think this industry will always exist?
I think it'll gradually diminish as nations restrict unmitigated treasure recovery. Yeah, I think eventually it will end.
But back on board the Dare, they haven't stopped searching for the mother lode. And when those divers we saw jump in finally return, disappointment. No gold this time, just a few pieces of coral. On to the next dive.
Oh, wow.
I've been to the Shipwreck Museum there in Key West, and it's just amazing what they find there. And so I'm glad that they're out there still searching for that treasure.
Yeah, and preserving some of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our thanks to Jay for bringing us that report.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.